Hi, it's Kai and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a chatty get ready with me that is probably more akin to a video essay because I wanted to talk about a specific topic, and I have done a video on this on the Clock app, but it's basically about how that app over there is exploding or imploding on itself rather. Exploding I feel like would make it seem like a good thing, but I feel like it is imploding on itself over there. And I just like scribbled all of these thoughts out. I literally have like notes and everything, so that's how you know I'm serious. So anyway, we're gonna talk about that while I do my makeup because I do just want to actually put on a face of makeup today. So honestly, where this stemmed from, it stemmed from frustration, but where my frustration stemmed from recently, or stems from I guess I should say, is the fact that there is, it feels like, no clear direction on what to do with the app or what the app is even doing. And like I said, one of my points of frustration the most, or that I feel like frustrates me the most, is the fact that there are so many spam and bot accounts. And I talked about how one of my niches that I've talked about on there is herpes. You know, I've talked about it a little bit on here as well. I'm definitely open to doing videos about it on here. I want to straighten out my necklace, but I'm open to doing videos about it on here. It's just like I kind of talk about it in such a casual way that sometimes it's hard to, or harder to, work it into a video without it feeling like I'm doing like a sit down expose type of thing. And I don't really want to even, or like I hesitate to do that on this page, just because on the Clock app, the bot and spam comments are so bad. Like most of, if I get 48 comments and I go check my comments and go through them because I want to answer comments to, you know, people who support me, at least I would say 40 of them would be bot comments, and the remaining 6 would be, you know, comments on other people's stuff, which that's the other thing. I don't know why for the longest time, like who made the decision for them to, like, you see in your notifications like everything that your mutuals are commenting on, and it's just like I already saw their comment because they're my mutual and I saw the video, and the other person is also my mutual, so I saw that video. It just seems like so much redundancy, and again, it's something that kind of drowns out from being able to answer and look for the comments of people who are actually trying to support you, or who are asking questions, or you know what I'm saying. It's just so incredibly frustrating. And the more frustrating part is that moderation does nothing about it. You could report these spam comments, and of course they sometimes catch some of them, but you will report these spam comments and they will come back no violation. And like I was saying, in my specific niche of herpes, what a lot of people like to do, because Dr. Sebi is going to pay for his crimes against humanity and against critical thinking, especially in the Black community, is you get all of those pages saying, oh my gosh, doctor, thank you so much for curing my herpes with your natural herbal whatever. Like if there was a herpes cure, you would be able to see it on the CDC, on the NIH, like different medical websites. And are they working on cures or vaccinations? Yes, but we're not there yet. It's not going to be from some herbal supplement, and it's so painful because this is the type of misinformation that causes people to continue to spread herpes, because they're going around being like, I drank this herbal cure, I ate this specific diet, and I came back negative on my herpes test, so I must not have it anymore. When in reality, I mean, I've talked about it a lot. We've talked about like the real facts behind this you know, condition. I hate even calling it a disease, or it's not really an illness, because it, I mean, for me at least, it hardly impacts my life. Like, just being 100% real, it has really hardly impacted it, especially the more that I embraced it and was like honest. And not that I was never not honest about it, I guess that's the wrong thing, but just like brazenly, boldly, like putting it out into the world. There's very few people who are like telling the entire world that they have herpes and like trying to educate on it from the stance of someone who has it. But again, it's just so, it's harmful misinformation. And again, the moderation on that app, oh, I have like an eye boogie. The moderation on that app is a literal joke, like jester like, absolutely clown like, because you'll report it for misinformation, or at the least reporting it as spam, because they literally have like the same comment over and over and over again on the same video, responding to every person, like other person who watched and responded or commented on that video. And they'll say, oh, this isn't a violation, no information. And it's just like, no misinformation, no nothing. You can block them if you want, which of course I always do. But the thing about spam and bot accounts is that they just continue to spawn. Like, there is no regulation of that. And then even further, not even just within my niche, but like you'll see the Astro and Tarot accounts. Sometimes when I do my videos of what is that called? Matching a perfume to a tarot card, I will again get those bot comments. And it is just like, you know, Astro people being like, oh, DM me, I can get your love back. I can love spell da 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 da. Or even in the astrology space, I know I follow a lot of astrologers. One of my favorite is Astro Laurie. And the way that she has to make videos constantly, just back to back to back, saying, I will not DM you to like read your chart. I'm not going to reach out to you. All of those are spams. Other astrologers have literally taken all of this and said, okay, listen, TikTok, I have a business. This is my trademark. These people who are impersonating me are infringing on my trademark at this point. They're infringing on my business. And even still, TikTok will be like, oh, no. Like, part of me, especially with the impending ban on it, really wonders if, or not ban, the idea is that they're supposed to sell to an American, I guess, company or buyer, or they'll be banned, and it looks like they have no intention to sell. So part of me wonders, are they just making it like worse and worse, getting more people to complain about it so that no American company will really want to buy it, because there will be like this negative association that is starting to be attached to it? Are they trying to appease the big guys by making their app a certain way? So I don't know what it is, but it is, again, it makes it so hard for me to engage with people that I actually want to engage with, people who are leaving me genuine comments, even on those herpes videos, people who are asking me actual questions about like, oh, testing, diagnose it, like all of those types of things. There's also just from like the creator side of things, I don't want to spend all of my time on an app doing moderation. Like, I expect the app to do that themselves. I shouldn't have to spend hours and hours deleting comments from people who are spreading misinformation, deleting comments from people who are spamming me. Like, that is part of what their moderation is supposed to do. So the fact that I spend more of my time on that app not creating, not even watching other people, but monitoring my comments to make sure that none of those types of comments break through, in addition to the fact that I've literally blocked out certain words in my comments to hopefully catch these bots, to catch these people, and TikTok is just like acting like that doesn't exist. So it just feels, again, kind of pointless to spend so much time on an application that isn't even doing some of the bare minimum. Like, what is this, Twitter? Or I guess I should call it X, but I hate calling it X. It's so dumb. But you know, we all see how that's going. It just makes you not really want to create. So I actually did say that I was going to probably not create and not like focus. Like, I'll still post, but it's definitely not going to, like, I'm not going to put all this effort and not saying that I necessarily you know, have the over-the-top production value and stuff like that, but I definitely take my time with my videos. I research the products that I'm talking about, or I've actually used the products that I'm talking about. Either way, it's just so it makes you not want to be, when you're not interacting with people who are real, number one, and who actually want to be on your page and interacting with you, it doesn't make you want to be on the app, no matter how many views or likes or whatever you're getting. Like, I like the community and the interaction that goes into social media. So again, that's my priority over views and reach and likes and all of that stuff. And, you know, just to talk about views and reach and likes, we all know the algorithm sucks. I don't think, like, maybe the IG algorithm is a little bit worse, but like the TikTok one is definitely starting to approach that very quickly. It's to the point where I am sometimes hesitant to follow people. Like, if you have ever seen, which maybe you won't because I don't know how much of my audience over there overlaps with my audience over here, but there are some people that I have liked their videos over and over, and they're probably just thinking, like, why doesn't this bitch follow me? Like, she keeps liking my videos, she's obviously here. It's because the minute that I follow people, even if I really love them, even if I constantly interact with their pages, are always commenting, even if we DM each other, unless they follow you back or, you know, you end up being mutuals, that's the only time where you'll actually start seeing their stuff pop up. If you just follow someone and they don't follow you back, or you're not mutuals or anything like that, which I don't believe it should be like a requirement to follow someone back just because you're in the same niche, or, you know, because you followed someone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in all of that. I remember a time where on here there was like the follow for follow, and I would be continually telling people, like, sorry, I don't do that. I want people who actually are going to engage with my page and like my stuff. And people used to throw a hissy fit after that, like, you just don't want to support other creators, like, just getting so upset. But it's like, no, I want to follow creators that I'm actually going to watch, not just creators who want to get to 10K to be able to monetize, or, you know, that stuff. It's just like, you can very clearly see some of the people who are only trying to break into the app to monetize, and unfortunately, because a lot of those people will do anything they can to monetize, what you get is a lot of rage bait content. You get a lot of people, you know, or again, follow for follow, still kind of like spammy teamwork trend type of stuff. And it's, again, because the algorithm is so bad that when you do follow people, or when you try to like get in a certain niche, like, and then there's the whole, if you don't want to do rage bait content, or just, you know, regurgitating the same talking points and same controversial hot takes over and over again. Like, it being November is literally making my brain kind of fry, because I feel like we're about to get into all of the no nuance November, where people are just like spitting all of these hot takes with no explanation behind them. And it's just like, this is literally just a breeding ground for rage bait. Like, most people don't even give actual opinions they care about anymore. They either give an opinion that a lot of people also, you know, favor, therefore it not being all of that unpopular of an opinion, and trying to bait people into commenting and being like, oh, I thought this was normal, I thought everyone thought this way, that type of thing, because these people aren't creative. Like, that's what it kind of comes down to, is that TikTok is no longer a place for creatives. It is a place for people who want to be famous, it seems. And if you're not willing to do anything in the pursuit of that fame, they're just kind of like, Even then, people will say niche down, niche down. Like, why should I, as a multifaceted, intelligent, well-rounded person, limit myself to a singular part of my personality to appease like not even appease real people, because then those same people are just like, oh, we would love to see more of your life, like we want to get to know you, you don't interact, like all of that. It feels like a zero-sum game. You cannot win. You cannot win when you are fighting a computer and not a real person. Like, I mean, I feel like that's kind of what a lot of the futuristic movies kind of hint at, that you have to go to lengths and lengths to beat the computer, and even then only these special, like, highest order of people can actually beat the computer. It is so anyway, getting a little bit off topic and rambling. I, as a multifaceted person, I'm not going to water myself down. Like, literally, as I said in my video over there, I literally left the corporate environment because I refused to water myself down. I refused to be a smaller version of myself, a version of myself that doesn't have boundaries and doesn't stick to them, a version of myself that lets people run all over her. And like, why am I going to do that on a computer? But it can be really difficult to, again, want to post, especially when you feel like, you know, your content does have valuable information, even if it's not presented in the, like, educational way. It's not. Then there's also the whole other aspect of how creators of color, especially Black creators, are treated on there. And I've talked about this too, like, a lot of people want us to be their mammy or their token Black person that they can call on in an argument, or when someone is calling them racist, and it's just like, or the app only pushes our struggles and our pain points, or again, like, the, you know, luxury, Black girl luxury and all of that stuff, like only the very opposite ends of each spectrum. And then those people who, again, are kind of somewhere in the middle just get left behind, despite people saying, oh, we want more realistic creators, we want people who live in the regular apartments, who don't live in the luxury high rises and stuff. And it's just like, then you don't support them. Like, and I wrote a Substack about this. I'll have that linked below as well. I really like writing on Substack, and I hate that with the impending TikTok ban, that there are some creators who are just like, oh, get on the Substack before everyone else does, because let's be honest, a lot of y'all cannot write. A lot of, like, and I'm not saying that like to be snarky, but it's just the reality of the situation. A lot of y'all cannot write. You don't possess the ability to, like, write. With the literacy rate in the US being 53% of people only being able to read, which means they probably can only write at a 6th grade level, there is a large chance that your favorite creator is illiterate. Like, just being complete, or like functionally illiterate. And again, that is not me saying that, like, you can't strengthen those skills in some way, but, like, I don't want to see another space where I am, actually I don't want this blush, where I'm able to connect with other creatives and actually read engaging things. Like, I don't want it to be overrun by people who are just looking for the next social media, you know, place to be, the next big thing to be able to monetize. Like, I haven't monetized my Substack at all. Everything is free currently, and I don't know if I want to monetize it at all. Part of me is just kind of like, I feel it's a way to connect with people, and again, a different type of way, and maybe that's not something that I need to, like, monetize, as in people having access to me, though I do understand why a lot of creators do monetize their access to them, because people act a fool. And again, that's another thing that I talked about in the Substack. I feel like despite me having notes, that I'm still just going all over, so please excuse me. But another thing that I talked about is someone blocking me because I was just like, hey, this DM about going on a medication just because you take it and you're not a medical professional, like, this is a little bit of an overreach in my opinion. Like, I even said, like, I appreciate you and where you're coming from, but like, that's an overreach. And they just blocked me and unfollowed me on everything because it said account not found. And it's just like, y'all cannot process people having boundaries, especially creators, and especially when it is like creators who, or people who are not of color on a creator of color's page, acting this way, acting like we can't have boundaries and such. It is always going to give, you want us to be a mammy or a punching bag or a token. Then there's just the way that we're, you know, our stuff isn't seen as much, but you can make all of the different, you know, arguments for why Black creators don't go as viral or don't, you know, get as many opportunities and X, Y, and Z. And when you really unveil all of the layers, it just comes down to racism and prejudice anyway, like, no matter how you spin it. But then there's the added layer of, you know, our accounts getting flagged more often because people don't want to listen to what we have to say, or we don't act the way that we should, we don't stay in line, so people will report and try to get your page taken down. And specifically this happens a lot with White Woman Whisperer. She does a lot of like, reflect on the systems that you're in and how you uphold them type of works, reflect on white supremacy and how you, especially white women, how they uphold it, how they benefit from it, how they weaponize it. And because of that type of work that she does, whenever she goes super viral with something that people don't want to hear, mobs try to get her account taken down. Even people who were once like, oh, I really liked your content in the past, like, I don't, those are the same people who will be reporting your page and trying to get it taken down, trying to get your monetization taken away from you. Speaking of monetization, like the creator fund, if you're in the creator fund, it's just even worse. You get flagged for every little thing. I can't even tell people that they don't have the comprehension to understand what I am trying to say in certain videos, and that immediately gets flagged. Or, you know, you have to, you can't, even sometimes my comments that aren't me, like that are supportive to people, they will also get flagged because the system is just kind of like flagging everything. Actually, freckles, because as I suspect with talking about moderation earlier, there are probably not that many humans at this point moderating. I could see them trying to get rid of all of the human moderation, or a lot of it, and trying to use AI to do moderation. And AI doesn't understand sarcasm. AI doesn't understand AAVE. It doesn't understand people of certain communities trying to kiki with each other. Like, and that causes a lot of stuff to get taken down, and a lot of, again, comments that are even meant to be supportive or funny or whatever it is, and that really aren't offensive in the context of everything or in any context, that those get flagged. Well, again, like racist comments, spam and bot comments and stuff like that get to stay up on the platform and are not, no violations found. Then just the creator fund in general, it seems like their money is running low, or they're penny pinching, because you go into the creator program, if you have a video go really viral like I did when I first entered the creator program, the rest of your views, like I wasn't even getting 100 views on things. Like, how is it legal for you to be able to suppress or create an algorithm to suppress the amount of views, on top of the fact that they don't pay you for every single view you get. When you're, at least not on TikTok. Like on YouTube, no matter where someone comes from to view your video, you get, you know, that creator money. TikTok is like, no, it has to be on the For You page, and it can only be videos that are a minute long or more, which they know that on a short form video app that people honestly don't watch a lot of 1 minute longer videos, or sometimes those aren't watched for even long enough for it to qualify and all of that stuff. And someone like me who does mainly videos that are 3 minutes, sometimes 4 minutes or more, like we're not getting the preferential treatment. Like, it's the short videos that do. And it makes me wonder, because there is a part of the month, every month, where I notice videos that I've already liked or already watched, or videos from months prior. Like in October, I'm starting to see some videos from June, July, and like I have a feeling that that is around the time that the creator fund is like calculating views and stuff like that. So they're trying to go back to other videos, or like showing other videos that didn't like get the views before, like to prevent people, basically trying to, I feel like, stagger how the money comes out. I don't know how to articulate that. I feel like I need a little bit more time to work out how it, but basically just smoothing when they have to pay people. So like, oh, this person's video will prevent it from going viral now, but so that we don't have to pay for these other viral videos that came out, we'll stop pushing those videos at a certain point, like some of the newer ones, and then we'll push the older ones a little bit, but never to the point to be able to monetize on them. I don't know if I'm just a crazy conspiracy theorist. Why does this, I feel like, I don't know what it is recently, but every time I've done my makeup, I always get some sort of patch like right here, and I'm trying to figure out what that is, because that has never really happened to me before. It's starting to piss me off. Maybe it's from blending out my faux freckles, but I feel like this doesn't pick up that much of the product. Ugh, I don't know. We're just gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it. Again, maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but that is just like what my brain has felt like trying to work through some of that stuff, and like why it's like clockwork. And as someone who has really good pattern recognition, I think that's why it kind of started, because I was like, okay, I'm starting to notice a pattern, that this isn't just like a one-time thing. It isn't just when an update for the app is being pushed. Like, this seems like a pretty consistent thing. You know what I'm saying? It's been happening. Personally, I left the creator fund after 4 days. I made $32, but I don't get to see any of that, because when you take yourself out of the creator fund, or you get kicked out, you don't get any of the money from that. So it's just like sitting there. If I ever went back into the creator fund, I don't know if I would be able to still recoup that amount, or if they would just be like, oh, it's because you took yourself out and now you're back in, so you have to restart from zero. Like, I don't really know. But like I said, every video after that viral one that made 32 videos was disqualified for some type of reason, or if it wasn't a video that would be disqualified from making money through the creator fund, it wouldn't even break 100 views. And like I said, for me, building community and people seeing my stuff is a little bit more important than monetizing it. Of course, it's nice to monetize, you know, something that you do put effort into, something that you're really passionate about. Who wouldn't want to monetize their hobbies? But at the same time, with the education that I'm providing on certain topics, even just people seeing a Black person who is like me being visible, because I know we have a lot of Black creators out there, but no one is me, no one is Kai. So like, why shouldn't people see yet another one out there? I think there are also other aspects that influence the monetization conversation as well, outside of the algorithm part, and it is largely, to me, like due to people's attitudes, like audiences attitudes towards monetization, which I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't get it. Yes, I understand that, especially, you know, like on the Clock app, that they are pushing TikTok shop videos down people's throats. I get that, and I also get that a lot of the stuff that is on TikTok shop is complete junk, but people also want creators' recommendations and thoughts on certain things. And so when a creator who is honest links a TikTok shop, they say, here's my thoughts on this product, here's the TikTok shop link, those videos get skipped. Like, the algorithm pushes them out, but people, especially people in your community, don't watch them. And again, that's weird to me, because when I see, as a creator, one of my mutuals TikTok shop videos, I might be like, okay, you know what, maybe, you know what, I can't even say that completely, because there are some occasions where I will, like, I have mutuals that are mainly in the perfume and beauty space, and they mainly link that stuff, and those people I will support. But I will admit that there's a few people who are just more so on the like general UGC creator type of thing, that are just getting whatever samples or whatever they can free off of TikTok shop, and they do be shilling some of the stuff that is a little bit more scammy, or they're one of the people that is like capitalizing off of so many people's want to become an influencer, that they're like shilling these lights and, you know, tripods. You got to get this type of tripod to be successful, you know. So I will admit there are some people like that, and I don't support those videos. But for the people who are not like that, I do support them. But I feel as though people who are not creators or have never done creating at all, it's like you want the creators, again, influence, but you don't want to be sold to, and I get that. But then when people aren't selling it to you, they're just like, here's my link for something, even like a like to know or anything like that, y'all get so up in arms. And it really is just kind of like, I don't really understand that. For me, it's like, if I own a restaurant, right, and I have a regular customer, and then someone else comes in saying, oh, so and so, that regular customer recommended me this place, that person made me money, like maybe I'll go give them a discount, maybe I'll give them, you know. I feel like social media, when you frame social media and even influencing, and again, this isn't necessarily, you know, absolving the people who shill, but we should also kind of see social media influencing even as an extension of word of mouth. Like, I'm trying these products and letting you know why I like them or why I dislike them. I even talk about why I dislike some products, even if I do, again, like them, because the reasons that I like a product or dislike a product might not be the reason that you like or dislike a product. But when you're just like, oh, I don't, like, you linked it, you must be not talking honestly about it. Like, I just don't get it. At some point, like I said in my Substack, like, as a person of the audience, and I had to do some self-reflection and get into this as well, as a person of the audience, you have to reflect and like see, like, why am I platforming certain people? Why am I following people that I don't trust? Why am I following people that I don't think are going to give honest reviews? Like, it's a conversation even on Perfume Talk over and over again. Oh, all of these influencers are lying about their favorite bio. Like, no, some of us aren't lying. Some of us just like the fragrance. Maybe a lot of us like the fragrance. Maybe it's just a mass appealing fragrance that a lot of people enjoy. Just because you don't enjoy it doesn't mean that other people are lying about it. And if you feel like other people are lying about it, then you shouldn't be following those people. People give Michaela Nigiero a pass over and over and over again because she has a whole bunch of followers, even though she has time and time again shown that she does not necessarily always lead with honesty with her stuff, but all of us who are smaller creators get in trouble for that. You know, and like I said, there's a whole bunch of other things that I could say. All in all, it's a shit show over there, and that's honestly why I've been making more videos for no, there wasn't any for YouTube, because I'm just like, I don't really want to create over there. I've been writing more for my Substack because I don't want to be over there. They don't make that app enjoyable, and I just don't really stay in spaces that I don't enjoy. So I don't know if there will be a hot new app to come out that everyone transitions to. Maybe, like, YouTube never really left, but I feel like there's definitely a bit of a resurgence here. To me, the meta apps are still just kind of, especially with some of the articles that have been coming out about how they intentionally thwart the quality of a video that doesn't do well by engagement in like the first hour, when it's just like, okay, again, smaller creators are going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage unless it's something that is about drama or clickbait. So it feeding into that cycle of only the top of the top being represented or being able to get their videos and going viral and stuff, unless you build your platform on controversy and rage bait and like making people angry. Like, it's just, why can't we go back to where people just, I don't even know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about this. Like, what, like I said, I touched on so many things, but I feel like this conversation doesn't even have to apply specifically to TikTok. Like, I feel like TikTok is the most egregious, you know, aggressor in this case, but I feel like this kind of philosophy can carry over into multiple other social media profiles and just social media in general. And so I'm curious to see, do other people feel like that on the platforms that they frequent? Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like me and you like what I'm about and like hearing me yap apparently, then go ahead and give me a subscribe. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy wherever you are when you're watching this, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.